So I'll ask you, on what basis did you and Dr. Collins identify these doctors, the authors of the Great Barrington Declaration, as fringe scientists out of the mainstream of epidemiological science?
I never characterized them as fringe scientists. If you look at the record, that's incorrect.
Dr.
Okay.
Collins did. You referred
well, you're asking me the question. I never called them fringe scientists.
And your comment regarding AIDS denialism?
Well, the issue with the Barrington Declaration is that what they were stating is that if you let the virus run free in society and only so-called protect the vulnerable, and the question is, who are the vulnerable in society that you are going to protect? And most public health officials totally disagree with the Barrington Declaration. And in fact, if you did that, let it just run free and not try to protect the population in general, we almost certainly would have had many more infections, many more hospitalizations, and many more deaths.
Okay.
So with all due respect to the scientists who signed the declaration, I completely disagree with them.
Okay. Would you agree that during the times of the lockdowns, the data that we have seen following these lockdowns has shown that we have had increases in depression among young people? Suicide.
There's no doubt that when you
yes or no, if you could just...
I'll answer the question. There's no doubt when you put restraints on society that it causes emotional and mental stress. There's no doubt about that. But you have to have a balance of saving people's lives from getting infected and hospitalizations.
Would you agree that suicide rates have increased among young people?
Indeed, they have.
Would you agree that domestic violence rates have increased?
Yeah, well, the answer is yes, but I'm wondering what that has to do with the question you're asking me.
Would you agree that drug and alcohol use increased during these lockdowns?
Well, I'm not sure the lockdowns itself did it, and I'm wondering why you're asking me about lockdowns, because there were not complete lockdowns in this country. There were restrictions, obviously, but there were not lockdowns. China is now going into a real lockdown, so I would disagree with characterizing whatever went on in this country as a full lockdown.
All right, moving on. When the prospect of a lab leak from Wuhan gained traction in April of 2020, Dr. Collins told you that you should find some way to, quote, put down this very destructive conspiracy. We also understand that Dr. Collins emphasized that the lab leak theory could damage science and international harmony. Did you direct letters to two professional journals be written, The Lancet and Nature Medicine?
No.
You did not ask Daszak to write the letter to The Lancet?
No.
Did you review it before it was sent?
No.
All right, I yield back.